This is Peter Stanley. Welcome to my channel. Today is Sunday, July 21st, 2019, and I just want to give a bi-weekly grow update. Okay, we'll start up here at the porch. I've got my bed Jalokia in a 45-gallon trash can of Dynagrow, and it's got a ton of peppers on here, and a lot of them are starting to turn ripe. There's a nice little trunk on that guy. See a few more of the ripe ones back in there. Now this is a kind of a cousin of the boot Jalokia, and the pods are typically smaller, and the flavor and heat is a little more subdued than regular boot. From this particular plant, these aren't nearly as hot as like a typical boot would be, but they still have a pretty good heat. And this is a King Star Sriracha bonnet. I've got a few guys, they're starting to turn. It's in a 5-gallon bucket of potting mix that's wicking out of a 5-gallon bucket of nutrients. So it's actually kind of pulled back a little bit, so it's not been getting as much light as it needs, so I need to put it in a better place. Getting some nice pods on there. And this is another one I need to clean up a little bit, but it's it was a Kingston Red, but it's throwing out yellow pods. I know it's still kind of unstable, but the seeds are Kingston Red, but it's got a bunch of yellow peppers on it, and it's in a 27-gallon tote. It's like a restricted root experiment with a perforated 5-gallon bucket inside of a large tote, so it has access to all of the nutrients. You can see I've got a float valve installed. I just haven't hooked up a reservoir yet. I don't need to yet, but it's looking good. Nice foliage on it. And this is the Grizzly Jalapeno. This is a Jack Skaggs cross of jalapeno and ghost pepper. The seeds for this came from Jim Morrow. People ask. So I've got some nice peppers on here. You can see these guys here. This is in a self-watering container, and there's still a little bird hiding out with some eggs in that nest there. I don't want to disturb him, but he's, or she, or whatever, has made a home there. Got quite a few nice looking peppers on that. Here's another self-watering container of Jay's Red Ghost Scorpion cross with Moruga with a yellow pheno from Justin White. Got some few peppers on there. Not too many yet. That's just starting to produce. This is a Tony Sherwood cross of a Primo cross with Carbonero, which Carbonero is another cross of his. Yeah, this is the backside of my Bitch Tea Scorpion in the 60-gallon pickle barrel. It's starting to come over there. There's pods starting to turn ripe, if you can see in this light. It's got a bunch of fruits. I had a little bit of a mishap. Let me show you the other side of this. What happened was the trunk split right here. If you can see it or not, right here at the Y. And so I took a zip tie to kind of secure it. And sometimes that'll doing something like that will fix these if that happens. This half of the foliage, like during the day, would be really droopy. I thought it had died, but then at night it would come back, perk back up. So what I did is I pruned off all the excess, so take some of the strain off the plant and kind of let it recover. This half is looking really good, so it's fine, but it's kind of over on this side, so I think it's going to be okay. It's 9:47 a.m. and they're starting to get some direct sun coming down, so maybe hoping it's not too bright. But so these are all my drip system plants. This purple pumpkin, I know it's not the pumpkin pheno, but it's still really cool looking. But it's more of the ghost shape, because the Chinitz version of the purple pumpkin was originally a ghost pepper, and they threw out the pumpkin pheno. So these are reverting back to the ghost shapes. It's really kind of like a purple ghost, really, probably. But none of these turned ripe yet, but that's really beautiful pods. This is the Leviathan Gnarly Scorpion. Got a ton of peppers right here. This is all around like this. Show these guys there. It's a Reaper cross with Moruga. It's not my cross, but Italian grower sent it to me a few years ago. So I've been growing it out every year. Some really cool looking peppers. Here's an isolated pod tagged. It's got a lot of that Moruga shape, but it's really gnarly. It's a real productive plant. And this is Aji Lemon Drop. It's getting pretty loaded. I think I got one starting to turn ripe. Yep. Got right there. And my daddle plant is looking really good. I'm getting a lot of fruits on here. It's a plant a pepper well known in St. Augustine, Florida. And this is where my original pod came from, and I've been growing it out each year. It's very productive. It's kind of like a very fruity habanero flavor, really nice heat. This is my cross. I call it Sweet Christmas. It's a Blue Christmas crossed with Stavros. And the peppers on this particular one have some of the ribbing of the Stavros, a little bit of the conical shape of the Blue Christmas, but they're more Stavros-like. This is a King Star White Tie. Starting to get a lot of production on this guy. And this is a 7-pot Wes. It's named after Wes Lane. I think Wes didn't name it after himself, but another grower, I think it was Jim Duffy, had started calling it that from some of his pods that Wes grew out. And then sit back. I think that's the story on these. My seeds came from Justin White. It's my Reaper plant that's starting to take off. Getting some peppers on there. And this is a King Star Starwatch Hornet. Got some pretty gnarly peppers on there. And this is White Hot Lime. This is from Justin White. I think he said that it was originally a black Bootla, so I guess it was accidentally crossed with something, and it started throwing out these kind of chartreuse. They ripen to kind of like a mustard color, but they have a really citrusy lime kind of flavor. Aroma. A citrusy flavor, but it's unstable too, but this one's got some really cool looking pods on it. This is my Cedrino plant. Typically Cedrinos are yellow, and I've got a yellow one that I haven't planted out yet that's putting out yellow pods, but this one's putting out red pods. Here's my Palmyra plant. It's got some ripe fruit. Hope it puts out another big round of pods, so maybe it'll grow a little bit more, but these are pretty heavy. They're really thick. This is the King Star Yellow Pumpkin. It's a King Star cross. I don't know what the cross is. I got the seeds, or actually a pod from Jesus Rosario. I'm going to save seeds, but it's got some cool looking pods. Almost like the Lemon Starburst, sort of. And this is Lycium Oxide Scotch Bonnet Red. I'm getting some nice fruits on there. That's one of my favorite peppers. And this is a 7-pot Lucy. Get some cool fruits on it. Hard to get the lighting right, but there's some pods. This is a Piri Piri I got from Chili Chump. I've got a couple other plants growing. This one's got a little bit of corking on a few of the pods. That's kind of cool. The other one's got a little smaller plant and smaller pod. This one's starting to take off. Really produce. This is it hasn't been released what the cross is, but it's a cross by Susan Garza. It's called Aji Tangerine. They turn orange at some point. I got another one growing too. This one is kind of like the pendulum. It's hanging pods. Really pretty. Really nice foliage. This is King Star Lemon Starburst. I'm getting quite a few peppers there. This is pepper from White Hot Peppers, Justin White. It's an Orange Ghost. This one's got a bad spot on it. A few pods there. Nice one there. This is my 7-pot Peach. It's just now starting to take off. It was all kind of... this is a Bunda Majak Red. I got a lot of theories about this pepper, but it's really hot. It's got to have some kind of a 7-pot cross in it. This is a Chinzo. It's starting to produce a little bit. I don't think these are real hot pods. This plant's a little bit stunted. This is a Blue Christmas. I grow one of these every year. These are really pretty pods, nice foliage. Get through several color changes. Commit de Espelette. I'm not sure if I said that right. That's throwing off some more branches here. I got another one in the ground. This is a mellow, I call it mellow brown. It's an unknown lightning mustard hab cross. And originally the pods were real big and real large chocolate pods. And the next generation were smaller chocolate pods. And these are actually putting out, this is F3. The shape's more like the original lightning mustard, or lightning hab anyway. I don't know what color it'll be. I'm looking forward to seeing what these do. This is Chocolate Bootla SM. It's the Steve McLaurin strain. You ever had chocolate plague hot sauce? That's what is made with. It's made with these peppers. I got the seeds on this from Pucker Buck. This is Justin White's white hot pepper Scotch bonnet 2. Looks really cool. This is my Stavros or Shishito cross with Stavros cross. I actually picked a bunch of these off, so I don't have too many to show, but they look more like the Shishito. But they have some flavor, like more like a sweet flavor and a little bit of heat. This is the Cardi Scorpion. The true Scorpion is turned red at some point. They're very hot. And this is my Shishito plant. This is another one I picked down real heavily the other day and ate a bunch of these. I got a bunch kind of hidden up in there still. This is the King Star Peach Starkist. It's a cousin of the Lemon Starburst. I just put up a pod test of this guy. There's some peppers on it. And this is Lycium Oxide Scotch Bonnet Mustard. Starting to produce. This is Criolla de Cocina. It's got another round of nice pods on it. It's really large ones actually. You can see down there. This is a gochu. It's a Korean pepper. And this is a fish pepper. Starting to get a bunch in there that are ripe. I hope I can get a good shot of them, but there's a bunch of green and then some turning ripe. I'll probably pick a bunch of these today. But anyway, so yeah, that's my update. I'll put another one up in 2 weeks and also try to get some pod reviews going here soon of stuff I'm growing. And hope y'all like that. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.